Canvas course that I created for Metropolitan State University of Denver. This was a general biology course that ran 16 weeks in an asynchronous online environment. Per my institution's requirements, our homepage is very blank. It really just has recent announcements and recent activity, where you'll find things like breakdown of the course and things like that is under the Syllabus tab. In the syllabus, you'll see that I have a description of the course, any prerequisites and co-requisites of the course, required materials, and more detail just in terms of citation and course specifics. I do things like a grade breakdown and provide students' grading scale. I also give a pretty detailed description of all of the assignments that students will have to complete throughout the semester. I do a lot of different types of assignments, interactive homeworks that have things like drag and drop, fill in the blank, videos to watch and then answer questions, reading, and then to kind of classic exams. We do in-class assignments like quizzes that they have to do before coming to class, in-class quizzes and things like that. I also detail course policy, so all student expectations are outlined here, everything from their late policy to student conduct, to attendance, to use of technology. And then the syllabus ends with an at-a-glance schedule that students can use to know what we're going to be covering each time we meet. The majority of my class was organized into modules, and we had some institution requirements. So we had every course has a course information module that has things, an introduction that is specific to the class, so everything from an overview of the class, the grading policy, how to navigate the course, instructor introduction, which included my contact information and things like that. We also had institutional policies and resources that, again, every Canvas course at MSU Denver has. And then I specifically provided a Getting Started in Bio 1080 module that just further helped students kind of know what this class was about, how to navigate my class specifically. I did a quick kind of screencast similar to this one to show students where to go in the class and how to register for homework, how to find our Microsoft team for when we met, things like that. Otherwise, my class was broken up into weekly modules, and those weekly modules, week 2 is a good example of this, always had an overview and then was broken into lecture materials and assignments for the week. So really everything a student needed to successfully complete that week of class was located in this module. And then we also would wrap up with a quick review of kind of the big learning objectives that students had been required to meet. In terms of kind of what students were provided, so I regularly used PowerPoints to present my information, but gave students a Word doc version of that. So they could download this and do really whatever they wanted with it. It was mostly complete. They just had to basically attend lecture, take extra notes, answer questions that I had embedded in the document, and things like that. They also had study aid modules, so you'll see for every exam, I gave things like study guides, which were a quick breakdown to help them review information. They have an example of a study cycle, so just how to study for tests. And then they also had, I would often embed YouTube videos and other helpful resources just to give them a different perspective. So an example of that would be, here's a study guide. And then I would embed videos as well, which would just help them get a different perspective on some of the key concepts that we were learning in the class for that exam. Really, students never needed to leave modules. My idea with my navigation is to keep it as simple and as organized as possible so that students feel like they aren't failing or struggling in a course because they can't find things. But they could use these other tabs to access things like our online homework, their grades, tutoring, connect with other people in the class, and things like that. But that is a pretty quick breakdown of my course. Thank you for your time.